Hello! In today's video, I'm going to be going over every single War Tycoon operation, or at least one of them that you want from each of the categories. So on the following groups, 0, 1, 3, 3 again, 4, 7, and 8. I'm going to be telling you an operation that you're going to want to do for each of these. And the first one, or Zeroverse actually, this is what this is, the Zeroverse. Zeroverse only has one operation, Javelin. So yeah, just do the Javelin one. The Javelin, it's a really good tool. I mean, it does what it does. It lets you lock on to ground vehicles from, like, I don't know what the distance is. Just whatever the distance is, it lets you lock on to ground vehicles to fire a Javelin. It does pretty good damage against most vehicles, and with friends, it's really fun. There's not much to say about the Javelin. Most of the stuff I'm going to be talking about is going to be tanks and planes and more vehicle-oriented, because it doesn't matter most of the time for guns. But the Javelin is pretty good, so do it whenever you're able to. And also a recommendation for doing it, just have a friend spawn either ATVs from this garage, or the little buggies from the smaller one. And the next up, we have helicopters and naval ships. So, actually, never mind, no, we have the normal garage first. My bad, my bad. Of all of these, the Guardian one and the Panther are the easiest to do. I'd recommend doing the Guardian probably first, because it is smoke, so if people are locking onto you with javelins or any types of missiles, you can just smoke and they'll no longer lock on. They can still shoot them at you, or if they already fired it, it's still gonna go where they fired it at, so yeah, man. You're still gonna get blasted. And the Panther one is kind of just a different version of the Patriot. And for context, these are just anti-air vehicles. The Panther has a gun, though. The Panther has a gun you can shoot, so it's a bit better in my opinion. AC-130 and A-10 airstrikes. These are good. These are good. But I wouldn't recommend you do them right away. I recommend you do them, but I recommend doing the Guardian or Panther first because they're easier. And then now we have the third Reaver stuff, being the helis and naval ships. So, for helis, I recommend doing the Apache or Eurocopter. The Apache personally. The Apache has the most weapons for driver-controlled vehicle of any besides the Mi-28, which is a paid heli, so you're not getting that. Or of the Mi-24, but you're not going to get that for a while because it's one of the daily things, and you have to be level 45 for it, which is a lot. And the Euro has 2 machine guns on it, which aren't how the Apache has it. It has one explosive machine gun under the co-pilot seat, but it's driver-controlled or pilot-controlled when there's no co-pilot. Both of them are alrighty, but the Apache's a bit better because the more weapons. Else, the thing is, the Apache has better infantry fighting vehicle or fighting capabilities, in my opinion. There's not much of a difference. I'll just cut this short right now because I'm dragging this on right now. Just get the Apache or the Euro. It doesn't matter, man. Just get one of them. And then next up, the boats. Douglas, PGO2, Fairmile, KC-12 shotgun, PP-19 Bison. Nobody uses the PP-19 Bison. Very sad. Not many people use the KSG. It's pretty good of a shotgun. Maybe the best, maybe not. Very high accuracy. Highest accuracy on a shotgun if you put the right scope on it. Fairmile, the Fairmile is good. But that operation, it's going to take you a while to do that, man. PGO2. That's not happening, really. Mainly because get 25 kills with any boat. Chances are you're not going to have the Douglas or Fairmile at this time, so you're only going to have the crappy boats right now, which you do not want to use those. So that leaves the Douglas basically as the only one you're going to want to do. And the Douglas is pretty good. It is like a 67 or 57, I don't know, 76 millimeter automatic cannon, I think it is. I'm not sure. But it's pretty good and damage. And then it has 2 user guided missiles. They're guided by your mouse, and they're really, really good. So I recommend getting them. Next up, we got the World War II and Vietnam expansion. There's not much to do with this one. I'd recommend getting the Vietnam gear if you don't have the World War II pack or 2x armor. Because the World War II pack gives you 2x armor, not the normal one in the main Tycoon, but in the bunker. And the Springfield, if you already have 2x armor, just get the Springfield. The Springfield acts as a car. And the car, 100% accuracy. So it just makes War Tycoon do basically a point-and-click simulator on enemy player heads. And the Springfield does more damage, and also you can put muzzles on it to reduce the recoil. I mean, I don't know if you're really going to do that, really, because it doesn't really matter, because when you shoot the gun, you just bring it back down, because it takes like a while to... It has a rate of fire of 50 for context. So maybe that helps you understand why. And then next up we have combat drone missile strike. Oh god, that's not what we're doing. We're doing tanks. Yeah, we're doing tanks now. Yeah. PLO1, do that. That's simple. Do this one the moment you get tanks, do this immediately. Do PLO1. Also, I recommend doing the mouse. You can do that first if you want. Mouse is quicker to do than PLO1. PLO1 is insanely quick to do. It's only slower than the mouse. And then after that, T14 and T90 are pretty good vehicle candidates. They're really good. And the best vehicle is going to be the Bradley. It's really good counter to the T14 and T90 in Abrams X. The Bradley is a infantry fighting vehicle. So it has a large AoE splash damage for some of its attacks, being tow missiles, and a 25mm Bushmaster. Bushmaster. I think it's a high explosive round. I think it is. But it does really, really high damage. And yeah. T14. The T14 shoots the Bradley with a main cannon. Play the clip right now. Editor, play the clip. See this? G14, its main cannon does some not even half of the Bradley's health. While the Bradley, it fires 2 tow missiles, does like half of the T14's health, and the Bradley finishes it off really quickly. And that's why the Bradley is the best tank in the game, besides maybe Abrams X. Okay, best operation in the game, I'll say that. Best operation in the game, Bradley. That's what you want to do. You want to do PLO1 or MOS for tanks first, though. And then we have planes. Planes, it doesn't really matter what you do, but make sure it's between the F-14 Eurofighter or F-16 generally, I would say. Eurofighter and F-16 are the main candidates of what you want to get. Eurofighter, 4 air lock-ons, 2 ground lock-ons, and 27mm or 27mm cannon. Its 2 ground lock-on missiles do really high damage. I'm pretty sure they also lock onto boats, because that's what ground lock-on does for some reason. I don't know, man. And then there's air lock-ons. F-16 also has 4 air lock-ons, but F-16 has 2 bombs instead of 2 ground missiles. So I recommend Euro over the F-16. F-16 can be done quicker than Euro, though. So that's something you want to know. And that would be all the operations of War Tycoon. Because I like to explain stuff for some reason. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good day. Oh, it's night again now. Dope, man. Dope. Oh, there's my light. Cool. I'm gonna hide from the boogeyman now.